Hi, I'm Kristen Rosenberg, and I'm here to bring you the Angel and Oracle reading for December 2025. And first, I just want to thank you so much for being here with me. For anyone who's been following me and following along with these messages, I really appreciate it. I just started doing these messages in January of this year, and I didn't know where it was going to take me. I didn't even know if I was going to continue with them, but I've really had so much fun working on them and having these messages come through. Um, it's just, it's been pretty powerful for me just as an experiment. And so I hope that they've served you in some way. And I'm really enjoying doing them. So I'm going to continue doing them in 2026. I'm not sure how they're going to look. They may be shortened a little bit, and I'll just have to see how it kind of evolves. But I love doing them, and I want to continue bringing them to the people who are interested in hearing from me about them. And I know this is a crowded space out there on the internet. I'm not necessarily trying to be some kind of influencer, but it's just a call in my heart to bring messages to people of hope and love. And what I'm learning about my messages is that it's more about the state of the soul and what's healthy for us, and viewing that within the context of the person as a holistic being. So I know my work is probably going to develop into other areas of, stepping up those areas in terms of looking at the accumulation in our bodies all around: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic accumulation, and helping people and supporting them to let go of that accumulation so they can come back into balance. And that means being who you are, shining your light and being in balance, a healthy balance. That's how we're meant to be. So we need to remove all of this other stuff that's kind of attached to us and we're carrying around so that we can express full health and wellness. So that's kind of the direction I think I'm going in next year in 2026. So I hope that you can come along with me. You might see other things that I offer in terms of supporting mental, emotional, and physical health as well. So I hope you stay with me. Thanks so much. And along those lines, also, I talked about this in November. There's a special offer for Freedom Process. It's about releasing negative emotions, old patterns, and limiting beliefs to create a life you truly desire. It's a somatic breathwork technique, and I guide you through it during a session. And it really provides you an opportunity to let go of any mental, emotional, spiritual accumulation, even physical sometimes, to let that go. It's the technology that's a part of our body to help us come back to balance. And we just think it's there to keep us alive, but no, our breath and how it's really designed is to help us let go of these emotions and things that get trapped in our bodies so that we can express who we really want to be and create a life we really want. So if you're interested in that, you can go to inspiretruewellness.com under services and use the coupon code ENJOY25 at checkout to get a discount if you want to try that out with me. Okay, so thanks again for being here. And I'm going to move on to the angel message. So 2 angels came through this month, with one with a larger message that was Archangel Raphael, and then Archangel Ragiel with another message at the end. So I'll start with Archangel Raphael, and what stood out to me in terms of the message this month and kind of what Archangel Raphael is responsible for. He has the power to call in love that we need in our lives to heal in partnerships, friendships, and colleagues and ourselves. And he also harnesses divine restorative energy to heal the physical, emotional, and spiritual realms in humans. And then Archangel Ragiel, I'll get to that after Raphael's message. He's the friend of God, and he works to bring in peace, cooperation, and harmony to relationships of all kinds on earth as well as in heaven. And he manages earthly manifestation of events connected to our soul contracts. So let's get started with Archangel Raphael's message. Hopefully he can bring us some groundedness and centeredness in a time of year that's usually kind of crazy and busy. So when I was sitting down to get this message, Archangel Raphael came through, and he comes to me and he sits down next to me in this vision that I'm having. And the sofa that we're both sitting on kind of lifts up and we're transported into space. And while we're in space, we're looking at all the stars in space and how beautiful it is and how quiet and peaceful it is. And he starts explaining to me how the stars act as nodes for beaming energy to one another and to the earth as part of a universal divine grid or matrix that holds everything together, this energetic matrix that holds it all, brings it all together as well. Then the scene shifts and I'm transported to earth, and I can still see the scene of the stars above and the light of the stars all being connected to one another, and they're beaming out everywhere and they're beaming toward earth. And then I hear Archangel Raphael say that these nodes that are in the sky, they also exist in the earth and form the fabric of the matrix of energy that holds it all together, and that it allows all that flow from the earth to the sky, and to the heavens. And then he shows me radiation frequencies, and he shows me that these man-made radiation frequencies are disruptive or manipulative to the flow of the energy that's on the earth. And he just wants people to be aware of that. And also, in that context, just as the stars and nodes in the earth exist for the flow of energy, so do we as humans. We are living, moving nodes also on the planet, and we are an active piece of the divine matrix as well. So it's, the stars and the nodes, in the skies and the earth, but we are also part of that system. We are also nodes, but we are moving, and we form the fabric of the divine matrix also. So we're all a part of this living, breathing, universal energy structure that supports us all in creation of what we want to see in the world, and in the expansion of everything that's here as well. So after he brings this to me, I thank him, and I kind of talk to him again because we've heard about the divine matrix, similarly in other transmissions. And I say, okay, is there something more we want to talk about in this context? Because again, I feel like I'm getting similar information, in a slightly different way, but it's very similar. And I ask him, is there something more to be talked about, that would benefit us or that you want to bring forward? And Archangel Raphael comes back with the word power. And then he says that we as humans are powerful. He is showing us in a new aspect of this, divine matrix, is us as humans being energy nodes. We didn't really talk about that before. But he says, it is the power of love that flows through these nodes. And that means us too, that we are powerful. Essentially, Archangel Raphael is showing me that the energy that's projected from the stars and the earth is an energy of light frequency. And when it's taken into human form through us, there's the potential for transmutation of that light into something even more wonderful, which are projections of love and joy. And that love and joy is projected into the world, and is the basis of creation also. So we are very powerful. He wants us to know and really understand that, that this is a quality, a skill we have that's really been unharnessed. Like, we don't really realize how powerful we are. We need to come back to our hearts and understand how we can transmute energy and project it. And that's so powerful. What we have the ability to change things in our world. So that's the real point of this for Raphael. So this is Archangel Raphael's message. Now I'm going to quote what he was saying to me. Humans bring their feelings and embodiment to amplify and intensify these energies, and it makes the projection of those energies even more powerful and influential in the world. Do you see around you its rippling effect into the cosmos? This may be a close repetition of things that have been transmitted in past months. However, it is of the utmost importance to understand this concept of how powerful you are. Light is just light traveling, and energy is just energy moving. Without the infusion of feeling and intention, there is no creation. We want to emphasize the importance of understanding the power of your feelings and being clear in your feelings with pure intention, as that energy moves through you and is transmuted through your personal worlds and created into that which you are projecting. The same power of energetic creation flows beyond your physicality, moves out into greater society, and throughout the planet to affect even more influence. It is greater than you know, and we are bringing it to you again in a different way to discuss it. See yourselves as a filter of this divine source energy that has the ability to focus source energy like a prism, projecting it in specific ways into the world, with love, with joy, with peace and harmony and beauty in mind. We understand that it may not be possible to remain in this intense state of embodied focus at all times of the day, as your life as humans are full with many different things, people, events, and situations. There is much to process in your existence, and we say to you, it is important to process all of these things with a lens of love. Love above all, and even joy can be used. It is even higher a feeling to transmit this energy. As you start to see through a lens of love, things will shift for you and for many around you. Love is the most important thing on your planet. It is what makes and feeds the planet. It is in this month of December, with its holiday celebrations, that love often comes to the forefront of awareness in many ways. It brings up images of beautiful love, romantic love, lack of love, lost love, broken love, love of friends and family, and many more types in between. All of these forms of love are important, but above all, do not forget self-love. In your own experience as human, self-love is the greatest love and most important love above all. It is your energetic 0 point. It is where you come from. It is who you are as part of Source. It is in this time of celebration and holidays that you must remember to love yourself and celebrate your beingness as a part of Source here on earth. You are meant as a facet of the source of light to be on the earth, to enjoy playing with the energy of love and creation. Do not let the responsibilities of life eat away at this self-love, for it is in this love that the answers lie. It is in this love for yourself. It's where you'll find the answers for what fills you up, what moves you, what excites you, and what you want for yourself. Once more, we understand that this transmission may be somewhat repetitive. It is the final transmission of 2025, and in the building of all these transmissions within the year of 2025, we wish to cap this year and this progression of messages with the fond wishes and guidance for unconditional self-love. Unconditional self-love for yourself that acts as an even greater love of that from a parent to a child, with gentleness, deep, deep love, and beautiful gratitude for the experience of being in this physical body. Embodying, intending, and demonstrating this sincere, deep love is life-changing and will shift your world personally and globally with consistency. We surround you at this time of year and celebration and remain in love for all of you. Stay in connection with your heart. Allow yourself to be loved in spite of what you consider to be flaws that you may see. These so-called flaws are all a part of learning. all of these flaws and lessons. It is a part of why you came here to learn and understand more about how energy works and how to become an energy master. Self-love as part of unconditional love is the greatest tool of an energy master. And so we leave you with this thought. Continue to do your practices and inner work to release the low vibrational beliefs and qualities that keep you from true higher vibration. Raise your frequency and attract all the abundance that wants to come to you and is meant for you. And always come back to self-love as the impetus, the origin, the starting point, and the building material for creating a beautiful world for yourself, in your heart, in your life, and in your world. We wish you so much love and send you so much love. We are always here and can help and assist in any way that you may be needing to understand or to be shown more about what it is to love, to be loved, and to love yourself. Ask for the guidance and you shall receive. With so much love for your courage and creativity, many blessings in this beautiful season of celebration. Love, Archangel Raphael. So I love that message. Love the love message. It's the time of year. It's the perfect message. Like he said, there's love comes to the forefront into the awareness of everyone during the holiday season. But most of all, we need to bring it back to ourselves, to transmit it and transmute it and project it out and emit it to others to change what we want to see in our lives and in the world. So love that. And then the next message is from Archangel Raguel. I just felt like there might be something more to come through for this month. And so Raguel came through. Again, I know we talked about love and we know self-love is important. And could there be more here? Archangel Raphael responds to me and says, yes, it is repetitive. And I'm going to quote him now. Not just yet. Here I have more about that. He did come through. Archangel Raphael came through and said, yes, it is repetitive. I said to him, I don't know if people will understand why it's being repeated. And he said to me, it's being repeated because it's revolutionary. And there is true underestimation of the power of what self-love can do for people in their lives and in the world. It is the most revolutionary thing possible, he said to me, and therefore it bears repeating over and over and over. And he says, while we do not aim to repeat it constantly, it is that important for people to understand. And I think just me questioning him about it as well, I don't think I understand even how important it is. So they keep saying it to me. This is so important. We've got to get this. This is part of the reason we're here. We are also powerful. We're powerful nodes of energy walking around, and we can create. Things, and we can create what we want to see just by shifting our energy. So anyway, I'm taking it in too. And I'm going to start quoting him now because this is what he said to me. He says, for many times people will take in this information and then go about their day without actually taking steps to engage in or practice self-love for themselves in a way that will actually radiate and affect their lives in a positive way. It is the practices of meditation and other forms of self-care and self-love that have been discussed in previous transmissions that will foster that self-love and allow greater peace and presence. He's talking about greater peace and presence, presence, being to be in a state of presence. But then he brings the word presence as a gift too, in terms of the holiday season. So the gift is, or the present is, being in a state of presence. And he continues on with his message to say, and we wish to expand on self-love and add the presence of peace to this idea, because as you engage in more self-love, your peace can expand and fill the container of who you are with a sense of a loving presence that follows you throughout your life and wherever you go into the world. It is this presence and container of peace that can be created. That is also so powerful because it is filled with self-love at the core of it. That is so important. Therefore, we reiterate the importance of self-love as it is radiated. The peace and presence that it can create is amplified and spread to others. It is this presence of peace and peace in your presence that allows others to heal, to feel safe, and to be who they truly are in the world. And with that ability to be who they are in the world comes more self-love, fuller expression, more creation, and more manifesting of positive desires. It is a beautiful cycle of energy, an expansion of love and creativity that is possible. And so we keep this message short for this month, just to say that at the center of it all is self-love and recognizing yourself as a part of Source. In that recognition comes greater peace and presence that is powerful, creative, expansive, and joyful. It is the wonder of all creation and the reason that you have come here to experience these things in their truest and most beautiful form of embodiment. It is not to say that it is perfect in the creation. However, there is always potential to create and manifest higher frequency experiences and expressions in your life. At the center of this is self-love, intention, and knowing that these things are possible as being a part of Source and light itself. This is who you truly are. It is time to remember that and celebrate each and every day. Many wishes for many presents of peace this season and beyond. Love, Archangel Raguel. So that's a beautiful message and an expansion of self-love. Self-love as an expression of more peace and presence in the world, which all of us can use. So it's really a beautiful message. And I can just see, looking back this year, we've talked about energy mastery and how to clear our energy and work on our inner selves to kind of raise our frequency. And then toward the end of the year, we talked about manifestation and different aspects of manifestation. So October was about manifesting in general. Last month, we were talking about freedom and approaching manifesting with a sense of integrity and freedom to choose what we want to manifest in our lives and not judging others for what they're manifesting. And now we're coming back to ourselves as a node of energy in this matrix of manifesting and in the fabric of this world and the creation that we live in. To be self-love, to come back to ourselves, to give ourselves that self-love, and to know that we can transmute energy into love and project that into the world. But first, we have to keep recharging our battery, loving ourselves to be able to continue that transmutation of energy and that projection and creation of what we want to see in our lives in the world. So just a really beautiful message and a present, a present of presence and love, I think, for this season. So let's move on to the card reading. So the question for this month is, what are the energies, both known and unknown, at work for December 2025? And the first card I got was silver, and the tagline is Warrior Light. And I drew this card from Amanda Ellis's deck. Was it Archangel Metatron Self-Mastery Oracle deck? And I love this card. So the picture, first I'll reference the picture. It reminds me of the visual I had with Archangel Raphael's message, that we were kind of sitting out in space, looking at the piece of space and the stars. And here we have a tranquil sea, and then an arm popping out with a sword, just radiating silver light. I am connecting this to what Archangel Raphael brought through in his message in terms of us being nodes, energy nodes in the world. And we connect with this silver light that this card is talking about. We are spiritual warriors as being part, we're energy nodes as part of this divine matrix. And we're also spiritual warriors bringing light to the world and to ourselves. It's calling us to venture out into the world and project that light. And that's exactly what the messages were bringing to us this month. So I love that. And I have some notes here, so I'm just looking. So there's the inner work of self-love, and then there's the outer work that we need to do to bring to the world in terms of action and shining our light. And so this sword shows to me that we need to take action on this. So first, that means loving ourselves. And then second, it means bringing it out to the world, transmuting any negative energy, transmuting it into love and joy and sharing that in the world. So the guidebook, when I was reading it, said, you're asked to be one of Archangel Metatron's warriors of light. To do so will require strength, dedication, compassion, and always to deal in the truth. These are qualities that one who serves the light must master in life on the spiritual path before them. We are being called as spiritual warriors with knowledge and love to share in the world, working for the light. Exactly that. So the sword on this card, it's not about harm, but cutting through darkness, lies, negativity, anything that keeps us from recognizing the light within ourselves, the light and love within ourselves, anything that keeps us from allowing that to flow into the world. It's exactly all of what this card is about. And also the water, I think, in this card is also an energy node. It's a conductor of energy, allowing energy to flow. So there's a lot of energy flow in this card, and it's really a beautiful representation of what Archangel Raphael is communicating to us in the message, but just in a different way. So it's a very beautiful message. Okay, the next card is Ears Wide Open, and I chose this card from Colette Baron Reed's deck, the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And I love this card paired with the silver card because Ears Wide Open is about deep listening and letting go of the need for the ego to be heard. It's about letting go of the things that keep you from fully connecting with other people, like our electronic devices, or needing to think of what you're going to say before the other person's finished what they're talking about, not being fully available to them to listen. We need to be deep listeners of other people and also deep listeners in terms of our hearts and what's truly going on within us. And when we really are available and really listening deeply, that's where we're going to observe the truth in the world around us. And so that's what we're looking for. And I'll just read a little excerpt from the guidebook too for this card. With ears wide open, we also open our hearts and minds to understand more than what is conveyed through words alone. Opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. And there's the key word, again, right, from Archangel Ragiel's message, presence. Being present, having presence with people. It's exactly what Archangel Ragiel is telling us, and love combined with true presence is a healing energy, and it allows people the safety to express who they truly are. And it's important to create that loving presence for yourself and for others as part of the work you're doing as a warrior of light. So that ties in really nicely with the silver card. So let's keep our ears open this December, listening to people. It can be a loving time, a very happy time, but there's also maybe some sad emotions that are connected to this time of year. Let's be a open and loving presence and a listening presence for people to understand what's truly going on in ourselves and with other people, to spread that peace and love. So love those two together. And then the third card from the same deck as Ears Wide Open is a grand symphony. And this card is calling us to recognize ourselves as part of the whole. So it's about unity consciousness, and it's, again, the divine matrix. So each one of us has our own identity. We are each a unique singular note in a grand composition of music in terms of what this card represents. So we're all nodes of energy. That's how I take it to mean. So we're all points of light within this divine matrix, and we all work together to form this beautiful creation of existence that we're all in, which is our reality. And as energy nodes, it's important for us to project that light and to be deep listening, loving presences for everyone that exists within this grid also. So I love how Grand Symphony ties that all together and refers to the matrix also that the angels are talking to us about in the message this month. So love that. And I hope you do too. Perfect for the holiday season. So thanks so much for being here for this reading, and I hope it served you in some way. I wish you a very happy and loving holiday season, and I can't wait to get started again in 2026. If you're looking for some additional guidance from your divine guides, feel free to book an intuitive soul reading. I've changed the name because, like I said at the beginning of this video, I feel like the information that I get really speaks to the state of the soul and what can be helpful for people moving forward to help them with energy mastery and to navigate life's challenges. So I'm calling them intuitive soul reading. And angels and all kinds of divine guides come through during those soul readings too. So if you need some guidance, go ahead and go to inspiredtruewellness.com. There, I'll put links to wherever this video is being posted so that you can check that out as well. And again, thank you for sharing this space with me this year. I'm wishing you all a very beautiful holiday season, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.